Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're doing something, well, absolutely crucial. We're bringing you a high-stakes, rapid-fire explainer tailored specifically for the 2026 competitive exam season. Look, whether you're gearing up for SSC, UPSC, or that highly anticipated IDBI Junior Assistant Manager exam, general awareness is the section that can literally make or break your final score. So today, we're completely cutting out the fluff. We are zeroing in on the absolute highest yield facts. So, I gotta ask, are you truly ready? The clock is relentlessly ticking down, especially for those of you eyeing the IDBI JAM exam on April 12th. I know the pressure is immense, the syllabus feels totally endless, and the competition is, quite frankly, fierce. But hey, panic is not a strategy, right? Structured retention is. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to lock these critical facts directly into your memory. Okay, I want you to burn this number into your mind. 25. For exams like the IDBI JAM, you have exactly 25 minutes to power through 60 general awareness questions. Just think about that pace for a second. That means you literally have less than 30 seconds per question. At that lightning speed, there is just no time to sit there and ponder or guess. You need instant, reflexive recall. You've got to know these facts cold. To get you up to that kind of speed, here is our masterclass roadmap for this explainer. First up, climatology and weather. Number 2, the freedom struggle. Third, we'll hit banking and economy. And finally, number 4, a solid final week strategy. All right, let's dive right in. Sprint 1, mastering climate and weather, focusing on high-yield geography facts. Examiners absolutely love this stuff because it perfectly mixes geography with core scientific principles. Let's start with a classic trip-up. Under the pressure of a ticking clock, it is so easy to confuse these two. So just remember the core difference. A cyclone has low pressure at its dead center, which pulls the winds inwards. Conversely, an anticyclone features high pressure in the center, which aggressively pushes winds outwards. Just picture the cyclone pulling everything in, like a vacuum, and the anticyclone pushing it all away. Lock that visual in. Now, atmospheric layers. You really don't need to read pages of a textbook here. Just master these key traits. The troposphere, that's where all your everyday weather happens. Move up to the stratosphere, and you'll find the ozone layer. Plus, it's totally cloudless, making it absolutely perfect for flying jets. Then there's the mesosphere, which is where temperatures drop to the absolute coldest. And the ionosphere, well, that's your communication layer. It literally bounces radio waves right back to Earth. Once you recognize these distinct traits, you completely bypass the need for rote memorization. Next up, a rapid-fire definition that pops up all the time in multiple-choice questions. Dew point. It is simply the temperature at which air becomes entirely saturated with moisture. Oh, and while we're talking about moisture, keep this related fact in your back pocket. Whenever you're asked about relative humidity, remember that it is always expressed as a percentage, every single time. Before we wrap up geography, I've got to drop this highly testable bonus fact. If an exam asks you about the highest average annual rainfall in the world, the answer is Mawsynram in Meghalaya. But honestly, the why is just as important as the where. It's specifically because of the unique funnel shape of the Khasi Hills. They literally trap the monsoon clouds. It is a brilliant example of how physical geography dictates climate. Okay, moving right along. Sprint 2. Freedom Struggle High Yields, 1857 to 1947, milestones. For competitive exams, historical timelines are your ultimate cheat codes. Let's walk briskly through these absolute foundational milestones. 1857 is our starting point. The revolt begins with Mangal Pandey. Fast forward to 1885, a retired British officer named A.O. Hume founds the Indian National Congress. 1919 marks the truly tragic Jallianwala Bagh massacre. 1930 is the year Mahatma Gandhi marches to Dandi, initiating civil disobedience. And 1942, that's the monumental launch of the Quit India movement. And you know, the sheer intensity of that 1942 movement can really be summed up in a single fiery call to action. Do or die, or Karo ya Maro. Mahatma Gandhi gave this iconic call during his speech at the Gowalia Tank Maidan on August 8, 1942. When you see Quit India movement on a test, this exact quote should instantly flash in your mind. Speaking of which, quotes and slogans are massive point earners. Here's another absolute essential. Back to the Vedas. This powerful slogan was championed by Dayanand Saraswati, the founder of the Arya Samaj. His core belief was that the pure, uncorrupted truth of Hinduism was contained entirely within the ancient Vedas. Now matching questions. Absolutely love founder and society pairings. You've really got to know these cold. Rajaram Mohan Roy founded the Brahmo Samaj back in 1828. Swami Vivekananda established the Ramakrishna Mission in 1897. G.K. Gokhale formed the Servants of India Society in 1905. And after resigning from his Congress presidency, Subhash Chandra Bose founded the Forward Bloc in 1939. Okay, let's take a quick breath. Before we dive into the heavy numbers of the modern economy, let's do a fast brain reset with a little callback to our climatology section. Remember how atmospheric gas composition works? Nitrogen makes up a massive 78%, with oxygen and trace gases filling out the rest. It's a super simple fact, but man, is it an easy mark to grab. All right, ready? Sprint 3, Banking and Economy Essentials, IDBI JAM 2026 Core Topics. Let's get into it. Now, for those of you taking this exam, this is where it gets highly technical, but also highly scoring. I want you to take a mental screenshot of these topics. These are your undeniable, non-negotiable priorities. You must know IDBI specifics, established in 1964, nationalized in 2019. You've got to understand the RBI's core tools, like the Monetary Policy Committee, repo rate, and the CRR. Review the Union Budget 2026-27 allocations and tax slabs. Be totally familiar with schemes like PMJJB, Mudra Yojana, and PM Kisan. And for current affairs, your absolute focus has got to be that 6-month window from October 2025 straight through March 2026. Also, remember that embedded right within the general awareness section is computer and IT awareness. Missing these basic computer questions is just not an option, guys, because they are so straightforward. Know your hardware, like RAM and ROM, versus software, like Windows and Linux. Understand basic networking, LAN, WAN, IP addresses. Know your cybersecurity threats, like the difference between malware and phishing. And just have a firm grasp of database management systems, including really simple SQL commands like select and insert. We are in the home stretch, final week revision strategy, how to study in the last 7 days. We've covered a massive amount of what to study, but the how is just as crucial. Here is your direct, no-nonsense action plan. Step 1. Only revise your short notes and lock in those crucial IT and banking abbreviations. Step 2. Attempt 3 to 4 full general awareness mocks, and you must do them strictly within a 25-minute timer. Like we said earlier, in the exam hall, you don't have time to guess. You have to simulate that exact pressure right now. And step 3, which honestly is the hardest part for a lot of people, stop learning entirely new topics. Review your weak areas, trust the hard work you've already put in, and please prioritize getting proper sleep. All right, we're going to wrap up this explainer with a little historical cliffhanger to really test your retention. Who gave the monumental title of Sardar to Vallabhbhai Patel following the immense success of the 1928 Bardoli Satyagraha? I'm going to let you ponder that one. Keep that answer firmly in your back pocket for test day. Hit your books hard, stay incredibly focused, trust your memory, and I will see you in the next explainer.